And we're here with something that we call a today's special. Even if you've never shopped here before, you probably understand the verbiage. It's a price that's only good for today. This is one that's definitely special to me, and it will be special to you if you are one of the fewer than 800 people who can select it. This is a power factory. It is a power station. You heard me correctly. EcoFlow DELTA is, in my own opinion, the name to beat in the industry. This is a generator. It is a power factory. It is a power station. Whatever you want to plug. I don't care if it's your toaster oven, your blow dryer, which shorts out just regular standard outlets, your refrigerator, your dialysis machine, your CPAP machine, your nebulizer, the freezer, I mean, the fun stuff, your PlayStation, your television, your Fire Stick. It's a power factory. You do understand that. And not only that, it has 5 AC outlets. So like I said, whatever you got to plug it in. Plug it in. There's all your ports. Now, you own the power factory. So the thing is, unlike a traditional generator, and this I should also point out is the latest upgraded version from EcoFlow DELTA. They gave us not only the upgrades, they're giving us the entire quantity in the nation. Do you realize the fewer than 800 that we have? That is it, period. We will not see these in all likelihood for the rest of the year. So there is no back order, there is no wait list. What we have is what we have. And this is the best one, just so you know, it's all upgraded. Then you even get faster USB ports. It weighs less than 24 pounds. But here's the thing on this. It is more powerful than many standard gas generators with no gas, no propane, no maintenance, no oil, no exhaust, no dangerous carbon monoxide. Unlike those other generators that, again, can be deadly and you have to run power cords, etc., you own the power factory. Now, you own this forever. There's a 2-year warranty, but you could do our Protection Plus if you want to extend it. Now, so because it's a power factory, because you're using power, you can plug it in to regenerate it, I mean, because it's a power factory. I mean, you know, even a gas generator, you gotta fill up with gas. You just plug this in to keep it regenerated. But I've got fewer than 200 people who can do this. So, okay, so fewer than 200 people who can do this. This is the Macadata. So everything that I just said, a power factory, okay, that you can plug in, but, if you want the version with the solar panel. Now the solar panel, if you watch Andrew Lessman here at HSN, Andrew makes all his vitamins with solar energy. It's like I said, it's like a power factory. So the solar panel is included. Now the solar panel, this configuration, it's about a half off sale because normally we sell the solar panel when we have it in stock for about $400. Now we have about 100 solar panels available separately right now at $299. We did do an adjusted price in honor of Labor Day weekend, but normally they're not in stock. If you do the version with the solar panel, now I realize a considered purchase to be sure, but it's just a little bit more on flex pay. That's what a lot of us are doing. 30-day unconditional money back guarantee. If you do the 18-month VIP financing, the 18 flex pays, if you want to think of it that way, make it about $55. If you do the version without the solar panel, it's about $44 and change. If you do that, and then you can apply and buy on our HSN card as well. But if there's a sense of urgency, we do have electronics. My Fire Stick ×2 at a better price than Amazon is still coming up with Aaron Berger. My friend Joe Harrison is going to be here with the Fix Me Stick. That has been on fire as a smart deal. He also has a television that you can take completely off the grid. Oh, I did the opposite thing. I turned it off. By the way, I'm gonna have to put on my jacket because I'm getting chilly. That fan is like, dang. I mean, it is gonna run some serious stuff here. I mean, it's gonna run, oh, okay. So we have 100 only with the solar panel. So we have 100 only with the solar panel, and it is the final presentation. Any way you stack it, this is the power, it's the peace of mind, it's the safety, it's the convenience, it's the ease of use, it's the no maintenance, it's the best price, it's the best features. Justin, I'm sorry, I don't mean to take all your best lines, but I'm so passionate about this. And I have the original or one of the smaller versions. Now, when I bought the smaller version, I spent it actually, I want to say it was $9.99 for the smaller footprint. The fact that you're getting the more power, the mo better, only for this hour because it's the final presentation. If people have not seen this yet, please share some of the top features. What makes this unique? Why do I want it? What makes it special? Not the least of which is the price, but I'll defer to you, my friend.
Yeah, well, off the bat, you know, we've never seen what this is. It's a power station. We're calling it a power factory. This is going to be able to power up your life and power up the majority of your home appliances to 80%, where you can plug in all of those different appliances like your refrigerator. But some of the things that separates EcoFlow and the Delta 900 is this is a brand new form factor that you've never seen before. You're some of the very first people in the whole world to be able to see this. And what's great about it is this is from the industry leader of EcoFlow when it comes to power stations. They're the fastest recharge rate in the industry, from 0 to 80%. And this is a 23-pound battery. Think about that. From 0 to 80% in under an hour when you plug it into the wall, that's the fastest that you're going to find. One of the great parts about this as well is that it's not just going to run maybe 500 watts. It runs at 1,400 watts, but we have something called Xboost, where you can decide if you want to now boost it up to 1,800 watts, so you can run even larger appliances like this refrigerator I'm going to plug in just a second. You can have 12 different devices plugged into this simultaneously, which of course means it's going to run down your battery a little bit quicker, but that's why you have the options on how you can recharge it. Now, on the very front, here's your USB ports for all of your small electronics, and then one touch of a button to turn the unit on, where you can now be able to see exactly how much power you have left. What's great about this, too, is on the back with those AC outlets, you've got the 5 AC outlets with the 3 prongs and the DC adapter, where you can be able to go ahead and possibly even inflate some of those air mattresses or whatever you might have. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to plug this refrigerator in, and you're going to see in just 2 seconds what we're going to do is we're going to prove to you, no matter where you are in the country, no matter if you live in an apartment or a condo, you can still be able to power your life and not feel as though that you have to be dependent on your grid that you just so happen to be living on. This is going to give you peace of mind. This is going to give you confidence. And one of the great things about feeling confident is that you have no worries, because even if you lose power, you know you made a proactive decision today to decide, I want something just like that. And if you're wanting something just like this, well, then here's one of the other things I love about it. It's not just keeping cool, but since we can run 1,800 watts, that means not just cold food, that means hot food. You could be cooking your food, simultaneously keeping your food cold. That is where we start to separate ourselves. That's what makes this so great. And then, of course, all of the other kind of essential things like having a fan, having a light, we can use as well. In just 2 seconds, my light's going to kick on, my fan's going to kick on while I go ahead and plug that in. And we want to think about what the necessities of when we lose power. It can get hot quickly. We want to put a fan on. It's nighttime. We don't want to be sitting in the dark and try and find candles and matches or lighters to figure out how we're going to illuminate our areas of our home. This makes it simple. This makes it easy. Whether it's for camping or emergencies, we can even be plugging in a hair dryer. And I want to show you this because we mentioned it, Shannon, that this is a very, very high wattage appliance, where typically we never used to be able to do this because it's too high of a wattage. Batteries were typically never capable of doing something like this. And for the very few of you who are still in line to pick up the solar panel, do it now, do it as quickly as you possibly can, because this is where it truly separates itself. We can now convert our power station into a solar generator. So no matter where we are, if we decided we go camping and RVing and wherever we might be, or maybe our home is off the grid because we've lost power, using the fuel of the sun, the power of the sun to now regenerate and power our power station gives you the ultimate peace of mind, because you're no longer handcuffed and dependent on gas or propane. You can now feel confident no matter what you got. You maybe even have that gas generator. This is such a great added addition to you. Maybe you live in the apartment or condo. You can't have a gas generator. This is the power factory that you can own inside your home, where all the other apartments around you might not have power. Guess what? Your lights are going to stay on, your food's going to stay cool, and you're going to stay cool simultaneously.
Well, and that's one of the things that our caller from last hour, Anthony, was kind enough to share. He said everybody on the block, nobody had lights, nobody had power. He did. He and his mom did. her insulin was fine. I mean, they were well illuminated and protected with this orb of energy, and he was the only one within miles. So here's what's happening. Allison, may we show the quantity sold and then quantity left, or what could we do? Let's show you what we have left. And because based on the sense of urgency, we have the final 600. And if I sound urgent about this, I'm at this point kind of panicking. If you want the version with the solar panel, we have fewer than 100. We are in the dozens remaining on the version with the solar panel. So there are 90 of you who can take advantage of that. Now remember, this is not to rush you, but full disclosure, we do not have a back order. We do not have advanced orders. We do not have a wait list. These two are now, this is it for the rest of the year. This is it for the rest of the year, as far as we know. EcoFlow gave us every single one in the country. And by the way, if you do the version with the solar panel, it's a half off sale. So it's not only the best price that you're gonna find anywhere, it's a half off sale. You can do flex pay. It is a 5 flex pay weekend. Thanks to our team, you can see that call out at the bottom of your screen. If you do the version with solar, you're looking at $200, $160 if you do the version without solar. You could do 18 flex pays if you apply and buy. If you have an HSN card, you could actually create or have 18 flex pays. And then, of course, you are getting our 30-day return policy. You're getting a 2-year warranty. I should also point out that EcoFlow also upgraded the warranty. So normally when you buy a car or anything else, it's like, oh, you want the extended warranty. You do get a 2-year warranty. You can do our Protection Plus, which is something that we always recommend that you do if you want to take it beyond that. Because you remember, you own this forever. Let's just, get this out there. I mean, you own this forever. You own your own power factory, for heaven's sake. You can probably hear how passionate I am about this. I want you to do it because, listen, we sell a lot of different versions of the EcoFlow. I know I've been talking about how I have, I guess, what is considered the entry level. I spent more money for the entry level than you're spending for the Mac Daddy, so I would do it. But I guess my whole point is this. I have purchased a lot of things in my life at HSN and otherwise, God only knows. This is something I have never regretted, and this is the purchase of no regrets. There is no downside to this. I realize, yes, it is certainly what one might consider more of a considered purchase, but there is no downside to this. There is never a moment where, let me just put it to you this way. When you have this, you never have that coulda, woulda, shoulda moment. You do if you don't. I'm not even saying that to for the fear factor as much as I am. The simple reality is you don't know. And I don't care if it's a power outage, whether it's a medical condition. If you're someone like me, you rely on medical devices for your quality of life and for life itself. We know the heat can be deadly. Certainly the cold can be deadly. And that's something that Anthony was talking about in Virginia. And just because I'm from the Midwest, I can say this. I remember when we would have power outages on the farm. Oh, quick little update. Oh, the solar is gone. Okay, the solar is gone. The solar is gone. What I might do, should we just keep it out here for convenience sake? Okay, because you can buy the solar panel separately still. I think like 100 of them, but the version with the solar panel is completely spoken for. So you can see how quickly these are going. See what I mean? It's just like when you know better, you do better. If you want, I think the last 100 of the solar panels separately, you can do that. You just saw that quantity left of like 600. It is now, I think, getting ready to dip below that 600 mark. And we have hundreds and hundreds. Well, actually, whoa, jumped by like 100. The last time I showed that, it was actually like 100 more. So we have almost as many people calling as we do have quantities remain. I really don't mean to rush you. You can probably hear how excited and how passionate I am about this. Certainly my life changed a lot in the last 12 to 18 months, and that's why I keep saying, when you know better, you do better. This is something that it's the purchase of no regrets. It's the one that there is absolutely no downside. You can hear how passionate I am, whether it's your quality of your life or your life itself. I hope you never have a moment where you say that coulda, woulda, shoulda. I hope you never have a moment now, whether it's a brownout, a flood, a power outage, a medical emergency, a financial emergency, just the convenience of having an uninterruptible power supply. I hope you never have that moment where you go, I wish I would have got that. And by the way, and Justin, this is an important point as I defer to you and we get ready to call this whole shooting match sold out. People have a tendency to watch these presentations and watch you because we learn so much. It's actually true that we have as many people who call and get it when we raise the price. I mean, it's funny. It's an interesting statistic about the EcoFlow. So listen, we're just excited that we have it. But even when we raise the price to $100, which by the way, it's still a great value because you own your power factory, it's true, people still are willing to buy it. Like even Anthony who called us, he didn't get it as a today's special. I mean, he bought the solar panel separately, which is the only way to get the solar panel now. People just, once they think about it, they really understand the importance and the value of having this, don't they, Justin?
Did not say after he got it and after he used it, man, I paid way too much for this, right? There was no regret there. There was no feeling like I should have waited for that moment where it was a TS or a lower price, because when you know and you have something that gives you that something that's life-changing like this could possibly be for you, there's no regret. There is no feeling like, well, that you might feel the FOMO of missing out on this, which could possibly happen. But this is the latest and greatest. So this is the best time to get it, because it's going to be months till we see it again, because we brought every single bit of quantity that EcoFlow has here. And well, they're going as quickly as you can see, because this is such a timely thing. As Anthony said, he got it 2 weeks later. He used it for exactly everything that we say here, and it makes me feel so really amazing to hear Anthony. I love reading the reviews. So if any of you please leave your reviews, I love to read them, because it's that immediate satisfaction that you get, whether it is an emergency that Anthony ran into, or maybe Anthony decided I wanted to go tailgating that next weekend and he got it and he thought everybody was like, wow, Anthony, where'd you get it? Because this is revolutionary. This is something that is truly different than all the things that we've seen in the past of a gas generator, of a propane generator. It's silent. You notice that it's running? You wouldn't even know that because it's completely silent. There's no fumes. There's no feeling like I need to rush to a gas station when it's an emergency to refill this. You have the confidence, the streamlined use of this to do just about anything you want and plug just about anything that you want into it and run it for hours on end. Shannon, this is something when we talk about being passionate about, that's exactly what makes us passionate, because this is truly something that's in the 21st century. We're living in the future right now. We've seen the kind of the evolution of EcoFlow and the way that the batteries have gotten even more powerful, and yet still the value gets lower and lower, because that's just exactly what technology is all about. And EcoFlow is one of the industry leaders in this whole entire category. Fastest recharge rate. This is brand new. It's one of the smallest compact units that they have at this much power that can power up all of our small electronics, that can make our life easier by being able to power up our phones and our tablets by just simply plugging it in. And one of the great parts about this is I don't need an extension cord where I've got this 20 feet away from my home. No, I can be running this inside of my house. And yet, guess what? It's still portable power. It's 23 pounds. It's got these really nice handles on the side right here. So when we're not using this as an emergency situation, guess what? You're going to be having so much fun with this. Whether it's camping, whether it's like this weekend where we've got family over, well, guess what? The Power Factory turns into the ultimate power station where everybody's be plugging all of their electronics in. Now, I do have, for instance, a margarita machine. I do have a drill, and I want to just kind of do both of those because I want to show you a true power tool that we could be running from our power station, because what just happened? Tons of branches and limbs and trees down from the Hurricane Ida that just went through. Maybe you have an electric pole saw to clear everything out. You can do that. Now, what's the fun stuff? The fun stuff is going to be that margarita machine when we can actually kind of settle down. Maybe something's, a great weekend like this where we can have fun. And then, of course, our TV. Again, simultaneously thinking about the emergency and fun aspect of this, Shannon. A TV is going to be amazing for tailgating, right? We all want to have a TV on the back of the truck. but we don't want to be screaming over a loud generator while we're doing it. Well, now you can be running your television right in your back of your truck for that tailgating. But guess what? Now when you're not tailgating, what are you going to be using the power station, your TV for? Tracking those storms, staying entertained at home while the power's out for hours on end. This is really, truly going to change your life for fun in emergencies, and I think that's why it's so popular right now, Shannon.
Well, at this point, we are poised at the ready to call this completely sold out. So if you are channel surfing, we have a full program adjustment. This is your final presentation. We had to scramble to do a degree. We have as many people joining us, and for all intents and purposes, we do have quantities remain. We are far less than 400 remaining if we consider everybody who's in the various forms of ordering. Now, we started this hour with two choices, and don't say I didn't warn you, the version with the solar panel is gone. However, if you want to purchase the solar panel separately, we took $100 off for 100 people who join us. If you're one of the next 100 people who select the solar panel on its own, it's $100 off. Normally it's $400. 100 of you can get that home. We have the final 400 of our today's special on the upgraded, faster charging, faster, easier portability, no gas, no oil, no deadly carbon monoxide, no maintenance whatsoever, your own power factory at the best price, and the only quantities in America. EcoFlow did this only for us, for basically the next 400 people who call in this final presentation. It is not only the best price and the most feature-rich and more power for the price we've ever done, ever. It's a 5 flex pay weekend, so you own your own power factory, whatever you want to plug. Full-size refrigerator, hair dryer that shorts out, blows out regular AC outlets, your lamps, your portable air conditioner, your toaster oven, whatever it might be, my induction burner. You plug what you got, your CPAP machine, your dialysis machine. If you're a contractor, that's actually one of the things that Justin was showing you that I think is also important. If you're a contractor, if you're an electrician, if you do air conditioning repair, carpentry work, and just if it's work around the home or work around the yard, you take the power with you wherever you go. Literally, glamping, camping, indoors, outdoors. Everybody in my family are outdoor enthusiasts. I always look forward to doing ice fishing with my brother. God willing, I'll be going home, to do that at least once this year. And we always have to ventilate. They run like kerosene and propane and all this other kind of stuff. And we have to crack the door on the fish house because it's like, stuff you don't want to be breathing. This could be in the deer stand. This could be in, the ice palace. This could be, in the cabin. This could be on the beach. This could be upstairs. This could be in the basement. This could be in the attic. This could be wherever you need your power to be. But you own the power factory. You own the power factory. Now, remember, if you're one of the next 100 people who call, you can get the solar panel on sale. Either way, you can keep recharging this via a standard outlet. I think that probably is self-evident, but it is worth mentioning anyway. And there is absolutely no downside to this. And please don't have that coulda, woulda, shoulda moment. Anthony was smart in that he saw what happened in Texas this last year. And whether it's the heat or whether it's the cold, it can be deadly. Sometimes what a lot of people don't realize, and it's probably because I'm from Minnesota, I do think more of the cold. But when you're hot, sometimes you're uncomfortable. The cold is the cold. You're not going to start a campfire in the middle of your kitchen. And I say that because sometimes, and I realize challenges are what they are, floods, fires, just inconvenience. Sometimes with the cold, you have to figure if you don't have this, people do freeze to death. And I'm not being weird about this. It's just because I'm from Minnesota and I remember seeing seeing my breath when power would go out on the farm, and my dad had the big farm generator, and thank God he knew how to run it. You don't have to worry about this. And Justin, as I defer to you, I know we're so busy. Obviously, you can tell how passionate I am about this. People buy this at the regular price, and they should, but we have now, I think, the last 400 period. That's why this is the final presentation. and 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. You know, Justin, I think of my mom. I've had some challenges this year, at least with regard to my health. And, you know, I know my mom worries about me. And it's funny because we worry about our loved ones. And we worry, I think, sometimes more about the people that we love and care about than maybe the level of care we put into ourselves. And I think there is nothing that is more generous, more loving, more thoughtful than to make this purchase tonight and know that you or someone or a family, that you've got this at the ready. I mean, there is no better peace of mind in the world than knowing that I'll be protected, that knowing I'll be safe, that knowing I have power, I have heat, I have, you know, cool air, I have refrigerators, I have medical devices that work. And I think that's why I keep saying there's no downside to this. Justin, I was saying less than 10 minutes or sell out. So I'm just gonna defer to you. I know you've got lots of demonstrations, but let's make sure that we share all the information and the text and specs and all the things that people need to know in addition to the great price before we sell this out.
Yeah, definitely. You know, you were just talking about all of the people in our family. It's not just us we're thinking about all the time. You know, we've got other people in our household. We've got other people that maybe live nearby us, friends, family, that we want to make sure that we can take care of them in a time of need or time of emergency. Well, here's how simple and easy it is. If you are thinking about picking this up and you're deciding on it, well, here's one of the greatest parts about it is it's simple. It's easy. There's no pull crank. There's no scary things that are involved in this, like having a gas generator, where maybe you've picked up a gas generator in the past and you think, this is way more than I thought it was going to be. It was way more maintenance. It's just too big. It's too demonstrable. It's not something I want to use. Maybe this is perfect for you. And then we think about who we're taking care of. Maybe it's our mother, our father. Maybe we are the mother. Like you were talking about, your mom thinks about you, and I'm sure the vice versa. You're thinking about taking care of your mom as well. How nice would it be to know that your mom or you are not sitting in the dark, where you can have a light in just 2 seconds, where we don't have to be thinking about sitting in a hot home. Because I can guarantee you, here in South Florida, in the summertime, you lose power, it's not just like it's going to turn 100 degrees in a few hours. It gets hot in the house very, very quickly here. So you don't want to be worrying about that either. This makes it easy and simple. Now, one of the great parts about this unit as well is not just the power that it gives you, but the size that it gives you in such a compact form. Because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to keep my light plugged in, and I'm going to walk with it. And I want you to see. One thing you're not going to be able to do with a gas generator is this. Certainly not going to hold it in one hand because they weigh upwards of 80 pounds. They're filled with gas. They're filled with oils. And what are they doing? They're putting off carbon monoxide, which means you cannot be running it inside your home. You have to be running it 20 feet away from your home so that you don't have the opportunity to use that if you live in an apartment or condo. So some specs real quick before we get into all of this. You're going to be able to recharge this unit the fastest in the whole entire industry, from 0 to 80% in under an hour. So when you want to be able to use it in this situation like we're about to do right now, where we have our CPAP machine, a light and a fan right by our bed, you get to use it without having to worry about fumes or an extension cord through a window. Now what we can do is, with a $700 investment that we have in our medical devices like the CPAP machine, we didn't get it on a whim. We got it because we needed it. You invested in that because you're investing in your health. This is no different. This is investing in you, investing in your emergency preparedness, and really investing in your health and maybe other people inside of your home, so that they're not sitting in a hot house, so that they're not sitting in a dark house. And so you can breathe easy at the middle of the night to get through the night, and whether it's your dialysis or maybe even a nebulizer. And here on the front, you don't have to guess how much power you got because there's 4 little LED lights. No, there's a full LCD display to show you exactly how much power we've got left. This is the 21st century version. We are living in the future of generators, of power factories. We're even sitting by our bed. Guess what we can also do? Plug in our phone. So we can have our phone the next day. There's so much that you're going to be able to use with this, emergency or not. And Shannon, when we talk about kind of comparing back and forth from gas generators to our electric generator like we have here, if you haven't touched your gas generator in a year, you have to worry about maintaining it in oil and gas. If you haven't touched your power station in a year, which I highly doubt that's going to happen because you're going to be using it for other things, well, all you need to do is just recharge it. And you're going to be able to recharge it from 0 to 80% in under an hour. So when we're not recharging or powering up our refrigerator, we're doing this, the same thing we do every night. And then the next day we recharge it when we need to. And that's how we continue to power our life with our simple power factory from EcoFlow.
And you safeguard your life, you safeguard your health, you safeguard certainly your peace of mind. And I do not say those things lightly. Whether you have been watching the news, reading the headlines, I mean, we're all aware of, what's happening in the world, not the least of which was recently with Ida. And what's really scary to a degree about Ida is the ramifications are actually as deadly and more distressing long after the fact, whether it's the power outages that continue, the gas outages, gas stations that don't have power, or gas. I mean, and this is not about the fear factor as much as it is the reality is this. You are far more likely in some way, shape, or form, whether it's a power outage or what have you, eventually it's going to happen. And at least that's why I say you safeguard your life, you safeguard your peace of mind, you always have this at the ready. And that is only for the little over 300, about 350, 360, give or take. It is the final presentation. We made some last minute adjustments in our programming. Thanks to my producer, Allison, for making that call because we were so busy. We knew that we would not have enough for our 11 o'clock hour. If you are watching, certainly I always want you to shop with confidence and with full knowledge and that you get that 30-day unconditional money back guarantee. But I do have to ask for your forbearance and I hope you do this now. I do have to recommend if you want your own power factory, it is a power factory, it's a power station. So whatever you got to plug it in. Because, if I touch this again, the little the lamp and the fan will go off. But you know what, I'm going to do it just so you can see the display. So this, it'll show you, you can repower it via your outlet, of course. Those are your faster USB charging, and then you get 5 AC outlets on the back. It weighs less than 24 pounds, but you own your own little power factory. You own your own little power station, and you take it with you wherever you go. Now, we did have a version with the solar panel, but if you want to purchase the solar panel separately, now the solar panel turns you into your own Andrew Lessman. Not that you're gonna be making your own vitamins, but you could actually go completely off the grid. So even if you're like Anthony, who called us from Virginia, said that they were out without power for, I think it was, he said over a week. Mother Nature supplies her benefit of the sun. Even in Minnesota, in the dead of winter, a lot of times it's a lot brighter in the winter months, sometimes than even the summer. We have fewer than 100 of the solar panels separately on sale. We have 5 interest-free payments on our today's special. These are the final quantities for the year. We are raising the price at midnight if there are any remaining. There is 18 months VIP financing. Justin, only about 30 seconds, but you've done such an awesome job today. Any final thoughts if people are just, why to buy before we let you go?
I just think, we listen to Anthony. We see the difference it can make in just the 2 weeks that you get it at home. We never know what's going to happen. It's the best thing that you can do is to be prepared, be proactive, not reactive. This is something that you're going to use year round, not just for those emergencies, which makes it a great purchase. And that's why, yes, it might be a considered one, but consider all of the different options. This is definitely going to be the best one for you. It's the brand new one from EcoFlow, the leader in the industry. I'm excited to read your reviews. I hope the next time we're on, I'm going to get more calls like from Anthony to hear exactly how you used it and how it changed your life.
For sure. Well, awesome job, Justin. You're off a little bit early because we're well in sellout territory. Put that margarita machine to good work.
Oh, don't worry. I'm jumping in this pool fully clothed right after we're done. I got something I might put in that. I might top off that margarita a little bit.
Well deserved. Justin, thank you. Always a treat to have you here. Hey, we do have the final quantities on that solar panel as well. I think fewer than 100 now remaining. So if you want the solar panel,